Database is going to show you how to squash your commits into one commit so it looks nicely in your repository. And we're going to do that first, showing you with the command line, then using just Visual Studio, and then as part of a pull request in DevOps. So each of these three things can accomplish it by itself. So you can watch the whole video and really get versed on the topic, or you can fast forward to the way that you need to accomplish this for your project. Thanks again for watching, and let's get started. To cover the command line choices, there's actually a few ways to do it. As you can see, I've got 3 outgoing. Here in Visual Studio, I've got 3 outgoing commits. I'm just going to right-click on one of my files, open containing folder, and I'm going to go up to the main project folder. I'm going to right-click in Windows and do git bash here. All right, so we've got our command line here. Now, as I said, there's several ways of doing this. I'm just going to cover 2 of them. I'm interested to see what the viewers think. So we've got one here, git reset soft head squiggly line 2. That means 2 commits. I've got 3, so I'm going to change that to 3. It's going to go to the head. It's going to go to the head of the repository. It's going to go back 3 commits. We're talking about my local repository. I'm going to reset those. And now we're going to do a commit. So git commit -m for message, and we can put in our new commit message, which is combining 3 commits, ... Put whatever you want there. And now we would do the push. And if you want to force that, -F. Okay. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to switch back to Visual Studio. And let's go back to this here. And you can see combining 3 commits. So there's one way to do it. I'm going to go ahead and stack up 3 more outgoing commits so that I can show you another way of doing it. So I'm going to do that, and we'll fast forward the video so you don't have to watch me modify random lines of code. All right, as you can see, I've got 3 commits staged. That means I've committed 3 different times, but I have not yet pushed. Okay, let's go back to our command line. And let's clear that. So this time, we're going to do it differently. As you can see, I'm in the feature branch here. And the idea with this one is you want to be doing your squash right before you do a merge or a pull request. So what we're going to do is we're going to do squash merge. So what the other one I just showed you is if you could just want to squash things and then continue committing, or maybe you could do that before you do your pull request. In this case, we're going to do it as part of the merge. So I'm going to go ahead and change over to the branch that I would be merging into. Even though we are squashing, we're going to be merging into. So let's go ahead and do git checkout develop. So I switched to develop branch. Now we're going to do git merge -- squash, add a space, and I'm just going to paste in, because you saw how crazy that branch name was. So paste in my branch name, which in my case is feature database. And if you haven't done this before, you can create folders in your commits by just putting a /. At least that's how it shows up in most UIs like Bitbucket or DevOps. Anyways, so we're going to go git merge, and we're squashing the 3 commits from the feature branch as one commit like this. All right. Now we've got some merge conflicts. So in my case, I like to handle merge conflicts in Visual Studio. So you come in here, you could see. Now you could handle these in the command line obviously too, but what you could do is the unmerged changes. These are the ones here that had a problem. So I just right click, click merge, and pick either left or right. Or if you want to keep both, you can click both. It shows the results down below, and then you could make a change there. Say I want left and I want right, but I don't want those. So you could do it like that. Or you can just do one or the other. Check left or right. And then there's a little arrow here. You can click next conflict, but I only had one conflict. Up here, these arrows, next difference, to show all the differences in the file. But you know, in this case, I'm only looking at it because I cared about the conflict. So I'm going to click accept merge. All right, now let's come back over here, and we can go ahead and commit that. So let's do git commit, and let's give a -m and give a message for our merged stuff. Merged A, B, C, D, E, F. Maybe list out all your work items, etc. Fantastic. And then finally git push, and I added F for force. Now if you get this message in response that has no upstream branch, then it's not set up correctly. No big deal. It actually tells you what to do. Just go ahead and copy and paste that in here. And there it goes. We've successfully squashed merge. Let's go look at our result in Visual Studio. Go to your develop branch because that's the one we went over to. As you can see, there's that commit message we did ABC, DEF, XXXX right there. You can always look at the timestamps on things, but as you can see, it's all merged into one. If it doesn't look this way and it shows all your commits and it still shows in the outgoing, it may just be a Visual Studio issue. I've seen this before. Switch to one of your other branches, check it out, and then switch back to your develop branch. Go ahead and check out there too, and you'll see it there. Let's do squash commit using Visual Studio. So obviously you have to have Git installed and whatnot, but go ahead and go to your tools, options, and in your options, look for the source control, open that up, and go to Git global settings and scroll down. And my personal preference, and I'm guessing you're going to want this too, is to uncheck this commit changes after merge by default. It came checked when I installed Visual Studio 2022. Just uncheck that, hit OK. That way, once we do the merge, you can see what's going to go in before it commits it. So the first thing you got to do is you got to have a few commits that are committed to your local repository but are not up yet in the cloud. So I'm just going to do one because I want to show you one quick thing. I'll commit that, but I am not going to push it. I'm not going to click the push button. So we're not going to push it. It's just going to be staged here in our outgoing, as you can see. So I'm going to do a couple more, but I won't waste your time on the video. So let's just fast forward to where we have a couple more committed now that you've seen how to do one. As you can see, I've made a few more commits here. And if you don't see this window, all you got to do is click the Git menu and choose Manage Branches, and that will open this screen. Expand Outgoing, and you'll see all of your commits here. So click the first one, hold down Shift, and click the last one. That'll highlight them all. Right-click, and then you can choose Squash Commits. As you can see, it's highlighted all the comments from within. If you don't highlight them, if you just click on any one of them, you won't see the Squash Commits button. So just go ahead and highlight them. Squash Commits. And here's all the commit messages from those 4 items. You can leave them all in there if you want, or you could just make a generic comment that puts them all together, like worked on work items numbers 2, 6, and 10, something like that. Click Squash. Now it hasn't committed it yet, but it's put it all together into one outgoing commit. And now we can commit that. Or I'm sorry, now we can push that. So go up here to the top right and click push. Initiating push. Here it goes. So now if I click on my branch, the same one, the 1621 that I've been working on, you can see in the local history, which is now in the cloud as well, your combined commit message, and you've successfully squashed. Doing a squash merge in DevOps is most likely going to be starting with a pull request. I have here a sample project called Industry Calendars, thing I worked on back in the day. If I click new pull request, up here I could choose the branch that I'm going from and the branch that I want to pull into. Might be a feature into a develop or develop into master, whatever it may be. Let's fill out the required fields and I'll show you how you get from the pull request to the squash merge. So do a sample title, description, add who's going to be able to review the code, tag any work items, obviously, blah, blah, blah. Let's just create that pull request. Once the pull request has been created and the reviewers approve the code, as you can see, there's all these commits. I'm going to squash all these into one commit, and I'm going to do that up here in the top. When I approve the pull request, then I could complete the pull request. When you choose complete, here's where you're going to get the choices to squash or not squash. There's a drop down here. Choose squash commit. And you could customize the message and just say all of my commits in one. Click complete merge. and it's been done.